partiality betwixt us, which only difference our affections, and not our cause. There is between us one common name and appellation, one faith and necessary body of principles common to us both, and therefore I am not scrupulous to converse and live with them, to entertain their churches in defective hours, and either pray with them or for them. I could never perceive any rational consequence from those many texts which prohibit the children of Israel to pollute themselves with the temples of the heathens. We being all Christians, and not divided by such detested impieties as might profane our prayers, or the place wherein we make them, or that a resolved conscience may not adore her Creator anywhere, especially in places devoted to His service, where, if their devotions offend Him, mine may please Him; if theirs profane it, mine may hallow it. Holy water and crucifix, dangerous to the common people, deceive not my judgment, nor abuse my devotion at all. I am, I confess, naturally inclined to that which misguided zeal terms superstition. My common conversation I do acknowledge austere, my behavior full of rigor, sometimes not without morosity. Yet at my devotion I love to use the civility of my knee, my hat and hand, with all those outward and sensible motions which I may express or promote my indivisible devotion. I should violate my own arm rather than a church, nor willingly deface the name of saint or martyr. At the sight of a cross or crucifix, I can dispense with my hat, but scarce with the thought or memory of my Saviour. I cannot laugh at, but rather pity, the fruitless journeys of pilgrims, or contemn the miserable condition of friars. For, though misplaced in circumstances, there is something in it of devotion. I could never hear the Ave Mary bell without an elevation, or think it a sufficient warrant, because they erred in one circumstance, for me to err in all, that is, in silence and dumb contempt. Whilst, therefore, they directed their devotions to her, I offered mine to God, and rectified the errors of their prayers by rightly ordering mine own. At a solemn procession I have wept abundantly, while my consorts, blind with opposition and prejudice, have fallen into an excess of scorn and laughter. There are questionless, both in Greek, Roman, and African churches, solemnities and ceremonies whereof the wiser zeals do make a Christian use, and stand condemned by us, not as evil in themselves, but as allurements and baits of superstition to those vulgar heads that look asquint on the face of truth, and those unstable judgments that cannot consist in the narrow point and center of virtue, without a reel or stagger to the circumference. As there were many reformers, so likewise many reformations, every country proceeding in a particular way and method according as their national interest, together with their constitution and clime, inclined them, some angrily, and some with extremity, others calmly and with mediocrity, not rending, but easily dividing the community, and leaving an honest possibility of a reconciliation, which, though peaceable spirits do desire, and may conceive that revolution of time and the mercies of God may effect, yet that judgment that shall consider the present antipathies between the two extremes, their contrarieties in condition, affection, and opinion, may with the same hopes expect an union in the poles of heaven. But, to difference myself nearer, and draw into a lesser circle, there is no church whose every part so squares unto my conscience, whose articles, constitutions, and customs seem so consonant unto reason, and as it were framed to my particular devotion, as this whereof I hold my belief, the Church of England, to whose faith I am a sworn subject, and therefore in a double obligation subscribe unto her articles, and endeavor to observe her constitutions, whatsoever is beyond as